What's up, guys? This is Nate24 the Great, back with a brand new video. In today's video, I will be talking about the best Fortnite seasons we have ever had. And I know my list might be a little controversial, but let's just get into it. So I am doing top 5, and I do have some honorable mentions before we get to the top 5. So these ones didn't quite make the list, but they were close. So coming in at the number 7 spot, I have the Vibin season, Chapter 3, Season 3. I know a lot of people hated this season, and I actually really enjoyed this season. It came off the War season and Chapter 3, Season 2, and it was kind of just like, chill vibes. It had Vader in the Battle Pass, so I might be a little biased as a huge Star Wars fan. But I actually really enjoyed this season. I think it's very overhated, honestly. So moving into the number 6 spot, we have Chapter 3, Season 2. And this was the war season between the IO and the 7. This was like peak storyline. This was really good for, the storyline, and all of the different war things we had on the map were so much fun. We had, like the capturing zones between the 7 and the IO. We had the tanks. We had the battle buses that we could drive around. This season was so much fun. The Battle Pass, I was not a huge fan of the Battle Pass, but the gameplay in this season was so much fun. Now, breaking into the top 5, putting at the number 5 spot here, we have Chapter 2, Season 3. And this came off arguably one of the best seasons in Chapter 2, Season 2. Chapter 2, Season 3, it still had, the mythics and, the bosses from, Chapter 2, Season 2. Some of that carried on. And the map, it actually changed a lot. I remember, if you guys remember, back in that season, it started off with the water flooding most of the map. And a lot of people didn't really like that aspect. I thought it was really cool though, because then the water level slowly went down. We had Coral Castle. A lot of people hated Coral Castle, and the Battle Pass was actually pretty good this season too, I'm not gonna lie. And just a reminder, this is just my opinions. I will go over what the community thinks after I'm done with my list, but this is just my opinions, So coming in at the number 4 spot, we have Chapter 2, Season 5. Once again, I think this was a very hated season. A lot of people, not huge fans of this season. I enjoyed it. Mando was in the Battle Pass, and it was really, really fun. We had the sand traveling, we had the Coliseum, the 0 point was exposed, we had like John Jones on the island. This was the season where we had all the hunters come onto the island. It was actually a whole lot of fun, and I don't know why it's so hated. Let me know in the comments below, why is this season so hated? I don't get the hate for it. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have the Marvel season. And this was Chapter 2, Season 4. This season was, wow. It was incredible, honestly. I know it was an all Marvel Battle Pass and like an all Marvel themed season, but even if you weren't a Marvel fan, you have to give them credit for the amount of mythics and different superpowers they put out that season. Playing around with Wolverine's claws, Iron Man's gauntlets, Thor's hammer, Doctor Doom's giant glowing ball of plasma. I don't even know what you call that thing, but the mythics in that season were so much fun. And we even got a whole new biome, I want to call it, like a whole new chunk just got placed on top of the map with Stark Industries. This season was so much fun with all the mythics, and I know some people hate it just because it was an all collab battle pass, or an all collab season, but this season was actually so good. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have Chapter 3 Season 1. So this was the Chapter 3 launch, and I just have such fond memories of playing in this season. The whole map was covered in snow when it started. We had Spider-Man, we had the Foundation, which was the Rock. This battle pass was really good in my opinion. And I just have such fond memories of playing during that season, and it was so fun. Plus we had the Spider-Man gloves. We could swing around the entire map. Honestly, really, really fond memories of that season. I loved that season. Coming in at the number 1 spot, and I don't want to hear anyone disagree with me on this because I am speaking facts. Number 1, Chapter 2, Season 2. Undeniably the best Fortnite season of all time. Undeniably. This season was incredible. We had a, entire custom battle pass screen. We had, like intros. We had full intros for every single battle pass skin. Full cutscenes. We had the battle pass in general. The skins, amazing. We had the first collab battle pass skin, which was Deadpool. He was hiding like in the vent in the toilet the entire season. He had like a mini little storyline going on in the toilet, if you would. This season was so good. The map, we had mythics, we had entirely new POIs that were changing throughout the season. It was so good. And I really wish Epic could recreate what they did with this season for their future seasons, because this season was peak. It was so good. And I don't want to hear anyone disagree with me on this because it's undeniably the best season by a long shot. We had 2 live events in this season. We had the Travis Scott event and we had the Device event. We have gone an entire year without an event before the Big Bang event. And in this season, we had 2 events. It's crazy. This season was so good. And it was during COVID. So, everyone was at home and everyone was playing the game. It was just such a fun time. It was so good. So that was my top 5 list. I want to do some more honorable mentions for the seasons that I had the seasons that I thought had the most potential. Chapter 4, Season 4. I loved the heist theme and the whole time machine aspect of it. But I think that towards the end, it kind of got a little boring. It wasn't anything too crazy. Chapter 1, Season X. I loved the modified zones, if you would, where it was like Taco Time or like the Greasy Grove, like Crouch to become a prop. I think both of those seasons had some high potential and are very close to making it on this list. I would like to mention that I started playing Chapter 1 Season 7, so I'm kind of excluding any seasons before that because I haven't truly been able to experience them myself. So that may have altered my list a little. And also, I did not put Chapter 5 Season 1 on this list because we're not entirely done with it yet. But let's see what the community thought. So on Fortnite.gg, amazing website, by the way, use it all the time. They have a ranking option for, all their seasons. People can go in and say, oh, this was my favorite season, this was my favorite season. And let's see what the community has to say. So, coming in at the number 5 spot, the community said Chapter 1, Season 7. I don't blame them. I know that season had some good feels. I did not buy the Battle Pass that season, so kind of missed out there. The Battle Pass was not too bad. And then coming in at number 4, they said Chapter 2, Season 4. That was the Marvel season. I completely agree with them on that. Marvel season was so good. It was so good. The mythics and everything, it was incredible. Coming in at number 3, the community said Chapter 1, Season 5. I didn't play in that season. I have heard that was one of the best, early Fortnite seasons, if you would. But yeah, I have not been able to play that season myself, so I can't really comment on it. Coming in at number 2, the Fortnite community said Chapter 4, season OG, the OG Fortnite. I mean, I kind of knew this was coming, but I didn't think Fortnite OG was that good, if I'm being honest, okay? I liked going back and playing in Fortnite OG again, you know, simpler times, but it was kind of stuff we already had. It was all recycled. There wasn't anything new. What I would have preferred Fortnite to do is if we went back to OG and they gave it a little bit of a twist. I know that they kind of did by changing the like time periods of the POIs, but that's not what I mean. I mean like something brand new and original on the OG map. I would have preferred for them to do something like that. And then coming in at number 1, the community said Chapter 2, Season 2, which was the spy season with the agency and the shark. It was so good. It was so good. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite season is. It better be Chapter 2, Season 2. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.